Okay, so this is Google Drive, and it's got a couple different things. It really is similar to a regular desktop computer's um, backdrop, more or less. You can't really change a lot of things and make it as personalized as the backdrop of or wallpaper of a computer, but it does have everything here organized. There's a couple different things you can do with it. You can organize them by name. So you can say by name, so it's going to be alphabetized. You can also have the last time that the file was modified by anybody, modified by you in particular, or last time that you were open. So if you change any of these, they're going to move around and be changed. So keep that in mind. You can also, if you do by name, this right here means we're starting with the letter A, and this should be changing it to go from the end of the alphabet to the beginning. So it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a particular name, it's much easier just to go to search. You can either look for people, certain types of folders. You can look by name. So if I said it was something that had in the title 2019, possibly, I would type that in. It would show me all the different files that I've either created or that I am a part of or have been shared with me that have that in its title. You can also go to advanced search. You can choose the type of thing that you want. So I did a spreadsheet. The owner, meaning who created it and who owns the rights to choose who can view and not view it. So we're going to say owned by me. The location, and so I can choose specifically where I want to see it. I just say anywhere in my drive, that's fine. It can be in trash. It could be something that's stored possibly. And anything that was modified within the last 90 days, you can even do anything that has certain words in it. So if you're really having a hard time finding something, that is an option. In this case, there's nothing. So there is that. You can also change your folders after you've added them. So a couple ways to add things includes going to new and then adding a folder. And we're going to do this called sample. And you push create. Okay. And because we have this all set up as being alphabetized, it's me right here. So it just plugs it right in where we're already at. Okay. You can also right click this and see that there's a couple different things you can do with it. You can either share this entire file with other people. So you can type in their name. So if we want to share this with Miss Garcia, we type in her name. This right here says that she can organize and add or edit anything in this file, and that she can also only view it. But remember, if people view it, they can make a copy and then change that copy. So just because it's on view doesn't mean that they can't take it as their own and change things around. So just keep that in mind. It just won't affect your personal copy. And you can add a note in here to let them know what you're adding to and why. Another option is to go to get a shareable link. And doing this changes a couple of things. You can here say that you want anybody within Mosaic School District that has this link to be able to access it. So you could email this to them and they would have access. Or you can say, I want anybody that has this link to go ahead and just be able to view it. So there's that option. You can go to more, and then there are options that anybody with the link, anybody on the public full-on internet can use it or view it. So there's different options here, or you can change it here as well. Okay, so there's that. And you can notify them as well. If you go to advanced, you can go ahead and see even more. So you could see everybody who's on there if there's more than one person as well. You can choose to send a message and notify them or just not. It's up to you. I'm going to push cancel on this one. You can also get a shareable link through here. And if you do that, then it makes the link available to anybody within our district. So keep that in mind. You can always take it off, not a big deal. And you can move this. So if we wanted to move it to somewhere else in our drive, say maybe we wanted to put it into let's see. Let's put it into this unit. Maybe it's in an emerging food unit. We can put it in there so you can open that. If there were more files, you could go even deeper if you want it, or you could create a whole new file and put it in that as well. It's up to you and how you want to organize it. You are also able to add it to starred, meaning you want it to be something that's easily accessible. You could rename it. So maybe you have a typo or need to change the name. You're welcome to do that as well. You can change color. That's something I actually recommend because it makes it much easier for your eye to be trained to certain things. So if you change the color, it's going to change that guy right there. You can search within sample if you're looking for a specific file name. You can view the details. This will tell you what's been done on there. It'll also tell you a description if you want to add one there as well. You can download the whole thing. So if there's things in there, it'll download as a zip file to your desktop. Let me cancel that. And you can also delete it. So that's an option as well. Be careful of that one just in case. You can open with, depending on what's in there, it'll give you options of what you can open things with. So for example, if we look at this file, it actually has some things. We can see what apps are possible to open with them. So there just are different options. Okay, so you can change those colors. You can drag and drop. So if I wanted to just put it into another one, I could just drop it in there. But if I do that, if you'll notice, this little guy here has another person in it. So that means that this is a shared folder. So if it's a shared folder, anything I put in here, and that entire folder is going to be shared with the people who are in here. So for example, if we said share, we can see through advanced who all it is shared with. Okay, so if I put this file in there, it's going to be shared with them. So I can drop it in there and say, yes, it's okay for them to all see that, and that's fine. So we go in here, and you can see that it's right here. Okay, to go back to my drive, you just click my drive, and it's right there. And you can see all the different things that are on here. If you don't put something in a file, it's going to sit out here in unorganized land. Sometimes that's fine if that's what you want, but I really suggest having things organized, unlike what I did. You can also go to recents. So anything that you've recently opened, you can go to shared with me. So if other people shared things with me, you can locate them here pretty easily. If you starred them, they'll all sit right here. Same thing with email. When we look at email, it does the same thing with starred. Your storage just tells you how much storage you have out of your total amount. You can also be creating, it's a new feature for priority. So a lot of the ones that you open a lot would be right in here as well. And shared drives. Shared drives are tending to be more with groups, especially like within a whole building. So maybe all of 6th grade has one as well. But you'll see this is for our staff building, and we have a lot of things that we all share, and we can share things in there. There are times where shared drives, you're only allowed to access them. You can't actually add or edit anything in there. So for now, this is right here. My drive up here as well is another way to have new. You can notice that you can do files. You can upload a file if you're on a regular computer. You can upload a folder. You can also open any of these new docs. There are additional ones here, including forms, drawing, maps, sites, Jamboard. You can connect other apps as well if you choose to download those. The main key about Google Drive is to ensure that you are keeping it organized. And I think that that color coding is really kind of key to ensuring that that happens. There's different ways to view. So if that works better for you as well, to have it viewing like this, that's perfect as well. And then my drive, you look at the activity and all of that. Over here, we have a link to calendar, to keep, and to task. They're all interconnected. So if you have, for example, this guy here, you can choose to take this text and you can put it into Google Keep. So you can take a note and it'll be right there as a file. So you can say done. And then if we go to our Google Keep, it should be in here. Looks like it doesn't want to work right now. At any rate. So they're all interconnected, or you can take things from here and you can actually drag them over as well. So there's different ways to do it. I've actually used this to take pictures and drag them over for student corrections. You can add calendar items and you can also add tasks, just up to you. So that's the first step to get Google Drive. Let's go ahead and get that organized with some color coding and some files for each class. Thanks.